Dear students, good evening. Welcome to Law Excellence IAS. Let us start the discussion on today's newspaper. It is 26 January 2021. The first article for discussion is The Script of Another Parade on Republic Day. This article is regarding the tractor parade which is being organized by the protesting farmers on this Republic Day. Let us try to understand the importance of protest in a democracy. It is the spirit of democracy. It stirs reconciliations, compromises in the democracy. When governments behave authoritatively, then the democratic spirit is in danger. In that scenario, bringing back the protest will re energize the democracy. That is what this article is talking. If you see the present situation today, the tractor protest is not mediated by any political party. So, Jellikattu movement or today's tractors protest, all these are coming from the civil society or the associations which are naturally formed from the aggrieved persons. So, most of these movements are leaderless, and the second, they are not driven by politics, politics free. In this scenario, the conventional politics are being replaced by the civil society actions. Second most is government dismissed every civil society action or political dissent with high handedness. There is a systematic pattern. One is disquieting them by using the central agencies like income tax, CBI, NIA. Second, discrediting them. For discrediting them, calling them as anti-nationals or supporters of one or the other organization or politically manipulated. These are the various words used by the government. The third is diffusion. So high-handedness is used to diffuse these movements. Government has tried all these tricks in the case of the farmers' protest too, but it was unable to win the argument or take the moral high ground. And small and marginal farmers taking onto the streets and visibly fighting against the big corporates, government siding on the big corporates has sent a wrong message to the entire nation. The moral argument is lost by the government. And finally, in India, the institutional submission and distrust towards the institutions is also clearly visible. Let us put it this way: Parliament, Supreme Court, all these institutions, they are not having a clear say on this. Even farmers have not regarded the plea of the Supreme Court. That shows the growing mistrust on the constitutional bodies and weakening of these institutions per se. The legitimacy of these institutions is getting weakened. In this scenario, we can say that the farmers' protest brought this democratic spirit back into India. It has re energized the republic, it has morally charged the republic. These are the words used to explain this. The next article is over jealous threat. This is in the context of social media conditions or restrictions in Bihar. Chief Minister of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar, feels that the social media posts are not making his government's actions reach the public. There is a negative sentiment built around the government. So, in this case, any kind of restriction on freedom of speech is a bottomless activity. It means that it is endlessly continue. In this scenario, the government shall allow for the free speech only if it is causing any disruption or violence or instability, then only it can restrict the freedom of speech. In this scenario, the government appears to be hypersensitive and also ignorant of the law. Why, on what sections police can file the case? Obviously, Income Tax Act. But 66A is the only section allowing for this. But Supreme Court clearly stated that this is invalid because it is too general and abstract and it is providing undefined power to the police personnel. Second, if any defamation, criminal defamation has to be filed, police has no role in this. It has to be filed before the magistrate. In this scenario, either legally it is not tenable and also politically it is not good for the government. Allowing the free speech to work, allowing the people to criticize, and government developing alternative communication channels to take forward its agenda, vision, etc., will solve the problem. The next is split in the middle. Let us see the Nepal's politics. In Nepal, before the elections, the both Communist Party factions have come together. That is Prachanda's party and KP Sharma Oli's party, and they formed Communist Party of Nepal, or Nepal Communist Party it is called as. According to this, the power has to be shared between Mr. Oli and Mr. Prachanda. Oli has to be the Prime Minister for 2.5 years, then Prachanda will take for another 2.5 years. Mr. Oli did not respect this agreement once he became the Prime Minister, and he also has taken up the authoritarian style of governance. In this context, when intra-party feud has increased, dissent against Mr. Oli has increased, he has taken an extreme step to dissolve parliament, the dissolution of parliament. This has made the party to split again. In the split, the Prime Minister, Mr. Oli, is been thrown out of the party. So these all political consequences are very dangerous for a nascent republic that is Nepal. In this context, KP Sharma Oli's greed for power can be cited as a fault and a curse on this particular nascent republic. Can the Biden-Harris team save the planet? So United States of America contributed immensely to the science of climate change. The very origin of the study of the climate change has started in USA. But the fossil fuel industry and car industry is also very strong, the personal car industry. Because of this, the government is unable to take a strict action against climate change. Many a times government started to take and it has to go back because of the lobby power of this fossil fuel industry. So the government also did not sign Kyoto Protocol. Today there is a resolution, Byrd-Hagel resolution. What is this Byrd-Hagel resolution? According to it, if developing countries takes cuts, US also has to take the similar proportion of cuts. This is called Byrd-Hagel resolution. But historically, United States of America and West is responsible for much of carbon emissions. If USA is really serious in saving the planet, it has to take the steep cuts, and second, it has to give financial offers or it has to give financial support to the developing countries and technical assistance to fight the climate change. Without this, just rejoining the Paris Climate Pact will not solve the issue, will not be a sufficient commitment for a country such as United States of America. Budgeting in a time of crisis. Today, COVID-19 has devastated the economies. Do we have similar situation in the past? Yes, Great Depression. Mr. F. Roosevelt, Frederick D. Roosevelt, was the American president then. So what is the trick which he did? That is, Keynesian economics made a big difference. In this scenario, let us try to understand few things. Expand the spending of the government. Mr. Paul Krugman has clearly stated how it can make a difference. He has given certain rules over here. One is the government support will be immense. When the markets fail or the economies go into depression, the government has to take a clear role and government has to liberally spend. So the government shall not be unnecessarily obsessed with debt and government need not worry about inflation. And the next is the bipartisan support etc. need not be looked at. In these principles, if worked out, yes, we can fight the recession. In this scenario, if we apply these principles, what steps we can take up in India? So GST rates can be cut down, Urban Employment Rural Guarantee Act can be passed, and added to that, disinvestment of the governments can become aggressive, social housing projects, infrastructure projects, public health infrastructure, all these can be built, these can be created. How China might tackle the Biden presidency? US-China relations got worsened during the Trump era, and China has made good use of spoiled US relations with its partners, that is European Union, Australia, Canada, all these countries. China was able to make good use of that. In this context, in the Biden presidency, the Democrats' priority can be towards climate change and then reviving the business relations with China. And China can also offer an olive shoots to this, or can support this and give concessions to USA. But on ideological political front, the China is not ready to offer any concessions. It is clearly visible when China has signed bilateral investment treaty with the EU when inauguration ceremony of Biden is going on. This is a clear divide and rule diplomacy. The divides created by Trump are being exploited by China to its advantage. Second, irritants with partners of USA, either it is Australia, Japan, are being escalated. Today they are also escalated with India. The third most important thing, China will not will not respect or is not ready to accept US hegemony. In this context, China will take every opportunity to find the faults with United States of America's system. So, US, that is insurrection over capital, is taken as an advantage by China to show the faults of United States of America. So, the relations between China and USA is not expected to be cozy, but economic relations are expected to be revived. Coming to the news, bridge to UP closed ahead of Farmers Rally. On 26th January 2021, Farmers Rally is expected to happen in New Delhi. To diffuse this, from the nearby states, the roads are being closed. In this, the signature bridge over Yamuna is closed. India-China troops clashed at Nakula. So this is in the Sikkim. Another clash has happened, but the situation is diffused. There are no tensions escalated here. WhatsApp treating Indian users differently is a cause of concerns. This is expressed by the Delhi High Court. In European Union, general data protection regulation is there. According to this, any sharing of the data, personal data between these apps is strictly prohibited. And similar provisions do not exist in India. Facebook has took this legal vacuum as an opportunity to share the data of Indian users with its mother company, Facebook. That is, WhatsApp will share its data with Facebook. So this is very thing is questioned by the Delhi High Court, stating that it is violative of right to privacy. Billionaires' wealth rose 35% during lockdown, Oxfam. So this clearly shows the divides are increasing like never before. Oxfam, an NGO, published Inequality Virus Report. In this report, it has clearly stated that the billionaires' wealth is increased by $3 trillion, that is 35% during the lockdown, and on the other hand, poor people are suffering from lack of basic amenities. So the flu virus, this particular virus has increased, COVID-19 has increased inequalities like never before. Green tax mooted for personal vehicles older than 15 years. This green tax, if you want to use your old vehicle which is emitting carbon dioxide and other gases, so you have to pay green tax during re-registration of the vehicle, that is proposed by the Road Transport Ministry. These are the articles for today. Thank you very much. As I have come to Bangalore to take few classes, my schedules are running a bit vague, and so that's why my videos are getting delayed. So I'll try to be on time, and thank you for your patience.